Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Hike 365 Live on Happy Trails Hiking. In this show, we're going to talk about our ongoing hiking challenge with folks across the country and around the world, well, at least partially around the world. And for those of you who are not familiar with the channel on Happy Trails Hiking, we talk about, as the name would imply, hiking. We also talk about camping and outdoor adventures and cooking and health stuff and beer stuff as well, and just anything else that makes us happy. And it doesn't always make sense altogether, but it's always a good time.
I think it makes sense. My name's Kay, and this is Matt, and we're happy that you're here with us tonight. Tonight, we have a great show for you. It's brought to you by our Shopify store, and I just want to show you one of our fantastic products from our Shopify store. This is a mug from Elkmont in Great Smoky Mountain National Park. Matt, will you tell us a little bit more about this picture?
Sure. So Great Smoky Mountains, most folks in the U.S. are familiar with it, is in East Tennessee and North Carolina, and Elkmont is a campground in the Smoky Mountains. And we took this picture last spring while we were camped there. And this is a mountain stream that you'll find similar to a number of streams you'll find all throughout Appalachia. But it's a beautiful stream, and it's just a beautiful picture. And, you know, every time I see this picture, I just relax a little bit more and smile, and it just makes me feel good. It's a great picture.
Yeah, he really enjoyed hanging out next to that stream. I didn't think I was going to get him to leave. So let's see. Check in with the chat and intro who all's here. So hello to the chat and who all is here. Let me start at the top. Beer Belly Travelers are here. Hi, Eileen. Mama 4 is here. Hi, Kara. It's good to see you. Steph Outside is headed out for the lunar eclipse. There's the it's blood wolf moon tonight. And then he's the one who's up in Canada. And it's negative 35 Celsius there. Fun stuff. Cow. And you guys have a wonderful night. So, Steph, thank you. And Chandra Pivo is in the room. Adventure Wrench. Hey, Dana. How are you? Excellent to have you. Cliff Reiser's here. Rosie Smith. Howdy, Justin. It's good to see you. Lori's here. Michael Azza is here. Marty's Crew, our family adventures. They didn't freeze on their 7-mile hike today. I was impressed.
Good to hear.
Airstream as a Dream. Hello. Outdoor Nomad got some awesome miles in this week. Yay. And Budget Bushgrass. Oh my gosh. Excellent. And Vicki Marshall's here, and Chris Oconee. And oh my goodness, thank you for being here, everybody. And let me just tell you that we have one extra person in the room tonight. He can't type in the chat because he's on his phone. And well, we had a little bit of issue with Hangouts, but I can introduce you to Gary from Life on the Trail. Gary, go ahead and say hello.
Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight?
Gary, can you give us a little short intro to your channel, Life on the Trail, while I pick up the link here for you?
Well, my channel is essentially about hiking and around the West. I've got hikes in Arizona all the way up to Wyoming, Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Montana, and more to come. So.
Awesome. It's great to hear that. We will be getting back to Gary here in just a few minutes. Our goal for tonight at the beginning of the show is to, well, get on with our stats for the week. We've had a ton of great hikes this week. And so Matt has been working all afternoon on a blog and putting together all of your reports into a spreadsheet because he loves those.
Yeah, spreadsheets are fun.
Anyway, Vicki Marshall, Holsher Fishing, and Riverette Skippy came into the room. So welcome, guys. Glad to see you here. Oh, and Timey Lives is here. So awesome. Nice. All right. So what am I supposed to be doing now? I'm supposed to be.
Oh, let's see here. Well, I guess we could pull up the spreadsheet, I suppose.
Spreadsheet.
Yeah, it's on the blog page.
Blog page. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do that one then.
Okay. So hopefully now everyone can see a table. And what we have done here is each team logs their miles every week, as you all know. And I couldn't fit all of the data into the table. So what you've got is your team name, obviously, is the first column. And the second column here is the mileage that has been reported for week 3. The third column is the sum of all the weeks so far. And then we've got the goal column here, which is the fourth column, and everyone's got the same goal, which at this point would be 21 miles. And so then we've also added a percentage here, just to give us a sense of where we all are. So, Happy Trails Hiking, for instance, we have gone a total of 14.44 miles. We should have gone 21 miles, so we are at 68% of our goal. So that's how you can read this chart.
And now, Matt, is this from everybody who's in for the challenge?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
This is from everyone who has submitted mileage.
Okay.
So if you said you were in, but we haven't gotten your submission, any of your submissions, then you won't see your name on this list.
Well, I am seeing just a quick problem. Well, not a problem, but I need to go through and help you out with this because Nerding for Nature and Carly are the same person.
Okay, so that's a good point.
Right.
So whenever you report your mileage, if you always use the exact same name every week, that will be helpful. So if you use a different name, then the way that I build the spreadsheet, it'll come up as 2 different teams, like the example that Kay just pointed out.
Right. Jefferson Einstein's in the room. Thank you for coming. And Broken Star happens to be Skinny G Panda. And I know that they just recorded some miles for the very first time this week. Oh, Wood Pigeon Outdoors is here. So Wood Pigeon, thank you for coming. And Outdoor Nomad is the same as Steve. Yeah, Matt was putting this together this afternoon. Without me, he locked himself in his office so he could get it done. And then, but yeah, so I know these things, but Matt's not.
Well, Matt
doesn't know everybody's first names.
Well, I might be able to do something based off of email address because that is going to be a unique identifier.
That's true.
But we don't want to display email addresses, so that's a special formula to get that fixed up, and I just haven't done it yet.
Right. Hi, Chris Aconi. It's good to see you. Thank you for coming. I don't know what he's laughing at, but hello. Matt, you're too funny. That's what they say.
So if I try to be funny, then I won't be.
Right. Exactly. I have a map. I can show you the map. Oh, the other thing is, hey, JB Cupider. The other thing is that if you have something that you need us to see tonight, since I'm focusing on chat and trying to get up a different Hangout window to talk to Gary, whom we can't see right now because I got too many windows open. But make sure that you put at Happy Trails Hiking and then possibly Lori and Eileen and maybe Wood Pigeon. If I miss a question, if you could repost it for me, that would be awesome. So Joel Daniel is here. They got some awesome miles down in the Springfield area this week. So, okay, map. That's what I'm doing. So I've got a really cool map. And for the last 2 weeks, I've showed you pictures of the map. This week, I'm going to show you the actual map. If I can find it on my own screen, that would be fantastic. But I've got a lot of screens going on here. Dang it.
Right click on that.
Right click on that.
Right click on the icon. Oh, yeah, right click on there.
Right click.
Okay, now we need to find the one that says.
The one that says map. Yeah. My maps. There we go. So I found it. This is our map for this week, and these are all of the hikes for this week. We've done Big Slough, Ontario State Recreation Site, Goldsboro State Park, Tippecanoe, Spillway. You go ahead and pronounce that one, Matt.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'd probably butcher.
So you can see that we have expanded over here to British Columbia a little bit, and that's cool, all the way down to Florida. Did you give them the total miles, Matt?
It's in that chart. We can show it there.
Okay, well, before we go back to the chart, I wanted to show you week 2. So week 2 is all the yellow dots that just came up, and then along with week 1. So we're getting a pretty colorful map here. I'm pretty excited about the whole thing. And I'm excited to find out where, well, if anybody's planning to fill up any of these other states. We got some Michigan ones this week. So thanks for the Beer Belly Travelers for that. All right. So I am going to stop sharing that. And Matt's going to take a look at our...
So I've got the numbers here.
Oh, you got your numbers?
Yeah,
okay.
I've got the
numbers.
Want
me to reshare this so that I can see it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So at this point in the challenge, had everyone done exactly 21 miles, we'd have 525 miles. But the weather's been insane, at least in Missouri. And so what we have is 319 miles out of 526, which puts us at roughly 60% of our planned mileage has been accomplished. Which honestly, I'm extremely happy with that. I think that's pretty fantastic.
Okay, yeah. Congratulations to everybody this week. Questions in the chat. 1, did I try that dark beer yet? No. And also, should I submit the 9 miles from before I officially joined?
Well, sure.
Yes, if they're after the first, sure. And you can go back. Yes, Skinny G, you can go back and you can submit miles from whatever hikes you want to from the first of the year on, if that makes sense. Fern Forest. Yes, she was in Fern Forest. Oh, Wood Pigeon. Marty's Crew. Oh, you will be hiking farther west later this year. So will we, actually.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we'll be, and so will Lori Bryant. I'm taking her with me. So, and Dragon Roams hasn't, I noticed he hadn't logged any of his miles yet. Get him on that, Skinny G. No, there's no penalty for not doing, for not getting it all done. Weather's killed my miles. Yeah, weather's killed our miles too. We've gone 2.5 last week and 2.5 this week. We might manage to get some, next week. Did Gary go away?
So let's see
right
here.
There.
Should we do a drink check-in?
Oh, drink check.
Then maybe get into the interview?
Yes.
We got some other footage to show before we do the interview.
Yes, that's true. But I do want to find out. Okay, so normally Matt and I are drinking, and this week.
So this week we're drinking wine, oddly.
Merlot, to be exact.
And this is from a winery in California called Castillo de Amoroso.
Yes.
And this is a fantastic winery with a beautiful castle, and you can get a tour of the castle and see a torture chamber. And one of the pieces is actually authentic. It's a really cool place.
It's really neat. And Gary over here, I know he's drinking something. So Gary, share your beer with the crowd.
I am. I picked up Deschutes Brewery's limited release Red Chair NWPA, which is a Northwest Pale Ale. Here it is.
NWPA. Wow.
Wow, that's really awesome.
Is it super hoppy like an IPA or?
No, it's not. It's got some hop to it.
Okay.
It says that it's IBU of 60.
Oh, it's not too bad.
6.2 alcohol.
Nice.
Oh, that's pretty good. Beer Belly Travelers, have you had that one? Beer Belly Travelers is my beer guru. And then so Boulevard Wheat from Marty's Crew. That's awesome. And Dana's drinking a light beer. What? I have whiskey mixed with root beer. Well, that sounds good. Let's see. Boulevard Unfiltered Wheat. That's good. And JB Cupiter says he's wicked drunk. Sorry. Give
me another couple hours. I'm right there with you.
And tomorrow's a holiday for Matt, so we're just gonna go. Eileen from Beer Belly Trawler says sounds like a fancy wine. I think it's fancy because it's the only one that I'll like have shipped to my house. So anyway, Joel Daniels says that they're planning to hike in Kentucky and Tennessee later this year, and they'll be visiting Murfreesboro, probably stop in LBL. Love LBL.
Oh yeah, LBL's great.
Somewhere
By the
else
way, I switched.
Oh, you're drinking something else.
Yeah, I ran out of wine.
This was a free beer. Tell them about your free beer.
Yeah, I don't remember where we got this. I think we gave someone a broom and got a beer in exchange or something.
That's true.
This is the Genesee Brew House Pilot Batch.
Genesee.
Genesee? I don't know.
Anyway,
I'm not an English major. Orange honey cream ale.
Orange honey cream ale. And if he drinks enough of it, it'll sound more southern as we go. Orange honey.
That's right. My accent improves as I drink.
It does. It does. Joel Daniels says, probably pour myself a low shelf quality bourbon. I'm okay with that. Okay, Lori, I will have to tell you the broom story some other time, but a former student of mine, shout out to Marissa, was doing a Harry Potter marathon, and she needed a push broom for the last scene of the last movie. So there. And we let her borrow our wooden broom. She got excited.
I told her, look, it's not going to handle as well as a normal broom. It's just too heavy broad, but she wanted that one.
Oh gosh. All right. Sounds pretty good. You already told me. I'm sorry. The Idahonian's here. Hello, Idahonian. We are looking forward to having you put in miles here soon. All right. Before we get into the interview, we should check with the stats in the map. We did that one. Great job, everybody. And Timey Lives is drinking a strawberry banana white chocolate smoothie. Yum. Except for the banana part.
No, that sounds good. That'd be awesome.
Banana. I was watching the Minions earlier. Okay, there's too much drag. Push broom. Sorry, it was on.
Got the Minions.
All right. So, I have known Gary. I don't know. I met him sometime this summer, and I really have enjoyed his channel just because I enjoy watching outside stuff no matter what. And so my introduction to Gary's channel is me saying in live streams, I'm going to Yellowstone, and Gary going, me too. And I think we went at the same time or really close. Like, I don't know. He'll have to tell me the dates and then I'll know. But anyway, and then I found Gary's Waterfall Wednesdays. So here we go. This is Gary's Waterfall Wednesday, maybe. Where'd it go? Oh, man. I love it when a plan comes together. I have it somewhere. Aha, it's right here. I'm a happy camper. Waterfall Wednesday would be that one. Aha. Go. Dang it. All right.
There it is.
There it is. Now I have to hit play and get the whole thing to move correctly. There we go. Here we are.
Waterfall from Life on the Trail. Today we'll be visiting Lower South Falls at Silver Falls State Park.
We need to go there.
We do.
Everyone does.
All right. So if you gather, that's Waterfall Wednesday for you. I don't know about your state, but I don't have waterfalls like that in my state. We just don't. And I just love watching Waterfall Wednesday with Gary because it's amazing. And I'm just like, I'm never going to have anything like that. So, yeah, I just have enjoyed Gary's Waterfall Wednesdays and things. So, how did you get started on Waterfall Wednesday, Gary?
Well, I've been doing these waterfall hikes for, 3 or 4 years now, amongst other hikes. But it all kind of came to a head when it was back in November. I'd taken a trip up to Mount Rainier in Washington. And there was a hike there. There was about 7 waterfalls on this one hike. So I was up there and decided to set the camera up, set up my camp stove and have my hot chocolate there and kind of talk to the camera,
Sure.
And it came to me that Waterfall Wednesday would be, I've got all of this footage of all these waterfalls. Oregon, the Pacific Northwest has over 530 waterfalls.
Wow.
So that's Oregon, Washington, and Idaho alone.
Wow.
So I thought, everybody loves waterfalls. So I decided I'll do Waterfall Wednesday. It'll, give an extra video a week. And it doesn't have to be long. Some of my waterfalls are a couple minutes. Others, I just put one up this last Wednesday that I think it's about 12 minutes.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
And these are waterfalls that, like you said, a lot of people in the U.S. are never going to see. It's just the United States is such a big country.
Oh, yeah.
So with 530 waterfalls, I use this book. It's called A Waterfall Lover's Guide into the Pacific Northwest.
Nice.
And
that's really cool.
Along with the Moon Outdoors Guide of Pacific Northwest Hiking. And this has 900 hikes in it, just for the Pacific Northwest. And this waterfall here is Oregon's most famous. That's Multnomah Falls.
Right.
Just out of Portland, Oregon. Yeah. So, even with that waterfall there that's so close to Portland, the vast majority of people won't be able to visit it. It's just, that's how it is. So it was something I thought, well, maybe this will help get people out into the outdoors,
Sure.
Hunting waterfalls.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's very, very cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go back to the chat for just a second. So several people Dragon Roams has logged his miles now. Dragon will get those into the spreadsheet for next week, and that'll be good. Can someone post his channel link okay. Yes, I can post his channel link. It's also in the description here, but I've got it right here. Maybe Lori already has it. Yep. Lori's already got that. Oops. I've got so many things going on here. And then Pam's Great Outdoor Adventures is here as well. Sorry because of the cat issue. I read that he got it. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so Chris Oconey's here. Hopefully everybody has hit the thumbs up for our wonderful guest. And you wanted me to share some of the pictures from this week. Is that true?
Yes? Sure. There's a few pictures on the blog that folks have turned in.
Sure.
But then you had some that I did not get.
Okay. I can do both. Well, here are the pictures. Last week, Airstream is a Dream shared some pictures from their trip to the Appalachian Trail. And hopefully I can figure that one out. Google Drive. There we go. And so this is the Appalachian Scenic Trail at Springer Mountain. And they have it's a southern terminus of the AT. And so this is the picture from that. And so they were on the AT last week. And just took some wonderful pictures from the Appalachian Trail, and it shows where they went. And now this was supposed to be for last week. So, yeah, this was last week. So they did it 4.4 miles, and they did it in 2 hours and 12 minutes. I love that speed of hiking. You just get to take lots of pictures and enjoy yourself. I'm not sure what these zebras are from, but I liked the zebras, so I kept them in. Anyway, so very fun. And if Airstream is a Dream or Michael Azza are still in, if you can let us know a little bit more about those zebras, that would be awesome. And yeah, just some fantastic pictures from the trail. Look at that. I mean, just stereotypical AT stuff. And then Chris Coney says, I like the AT. So that's Michael Azza right there. So those were cool. Those were really neat. And those were the ones that I had that you didn't have. So,
okay.
Matt Bowman, phone was dying, so the computer. Okay. This is River Rat Skippy. So Matt Bowman and River Rat Skippy are the same person. The Rosie Smith, Justin says the AT is on his bucket list if I ever retire. Yeah. Yeah, I understand. What's next?
Yeah, I was just checking down here.
Okay. You wanted me to go and do the, oh no, stop. You wanted me to go and do the,
well, actually, let's go back to,
let's go back to Gary.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have some questions for you, Gary. Are you ready?
Absolutely.
All right. Let's hit it then.
All right. So let's hear. Which one did we ask first? We already asked. Did we ask you why you joined the 365 challenge?
No, I read them all to him beforehand. But
okay. All right. So
it.
Why did you join Hike 365?
Well, like I told Kay, I said it was right down my alley. I started tracking my hiking miles 2 years ago. My first year was like, 3 years ago. My first year was like 95 miles. My next year was 230 miles.
Okay.
Let's see. No, my next year was 130. My last year, or the prior year, was 230. And for 2018, I hit up 306.
Wow.
Okay.
So essentially, the 365 was going to be the next, milestone.
So you're experienced enough that you're going to be able to crush 365. It sounds like, what you've done, it's going to be a relatively small step to get there. You probably even go past it.
Yeah, I'm hoping for 400 plus this year.
Awesome. Well, we're going to have to step up our game here.
Go faster.
We'll see. It's all determines on what the weather's like,
Yeah,
Sure.
that's a big factor.
Last year I would have gotten a lot more, but for the first January and February we had ice here. So
Yeah, I understand that.
And with my job, I work about 14 hours a day.
Yeah.
That's tough.
So I've got to find times to do it, whether it's before I go to work in the morning at 4 a.m, or after, or the 30-minute break I've got at lunch.
Sure.
So.
Okay. What's your primary motivation? Is it like for sanity, or maybe just exercise, or something else?
It all started with I've got 6 kids.
Goodness.
And yeah. And I was in a long-term relationship with their mom. Well, it went south. I'd always, since I was a kid, I was always in the outdoors, duck hunting, goose hunting, elk hunting, deer hunting, fishing, hiking and stuff. But in those 16 to 17 years in that relationship, it all went south. I was still a softball coach for the girls and that stuff, but my outdoor activity just was gone, So after that relationship broke, all that time I was spending with my kids, I no longer had. So I would sit in my house just alone, not knowing what to do, So I finally decided, you know, I'm going to go out, and there was a place that I knew there wouldn't be a whole lot of people. Went out and hiked it, and, you know, I realized that after about a mile of hiking that it took away all of my problems, you know. And since then, I started on Instagram. I needed a place to put all my pictures, and it worked well. So I started on Instagram and started noticing all these other hikers and stuff on Instagram that had essentially the same problems, you know, a little bit different, but they used hiking and trail running to get their addictions or their personal problems, their, you know, the things that they really battled with. They used hiking to break those addictions and those problems, their depression, their PTSD.
Wow, that's great. Yeah. That's amazing.
Wow. So there's a huge group of those people out there. And you know, I'm not saying that I had PTSD or those things, but whenever life gets heavy on you, you know, you get out on the trail and it just goes away.
Gary, I want to say thank you for sharing that. You know, we've always felt like, you know, being outside, you know, that's our happy place. That's where we go to just clear our head and relax and just kind of find realignment. Yeah. And so I really appreciate everything you said, and it really rings true to me. So thank you so much for that, and thanks for being so honest.
Yeah. Hey, you know, I talked to Kay and Cliff Reiser one time about this, and I believe that hiking does something. See, as a softball coach, I learned with the girls that they had problems of their own at home. Right. And we would always have problems. You know, they could hit the ball and they could kick the ball during practice, but you get them out in the, you know, in front of everybody under stress, and they couldn't do anything.
Right.
And everything, the whole world was weighing on them. So I realized that, you know, I'd watched some videos of other coaches and realized that to get their head back into the game, you needed to basically take 3 or more senses: feeling, touch, seeing, sight, hearing.
Yes.
Take 3 of those and overwhelm them with them. And when you do that, everything just melts away around them.
Yes.
Coaches screaming at them, they don't hear it. So hiking essentially does the same thing. And that's why I think it works with people that have, you know, all of these problems, addictions and stuff, because some of the things that you realize when you get out on that trail is your muscles start to hurt.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
yeah.
You stop worrying about, you know, this crap job you've got or whatever. Your muscles are hurting.
Right.
You know, you start hearing the crunching under your feet, or the sounds of the waterfalls, or the sounds of the birds. You know, there's 2 senses there.
Gary, I want to share with you, I know you can't see the chat, but I do want to share with you that Marty's Crew says nature has an amazing healing capability. And then Cliff Reiser's here, and he says, Gary, thank you for the inspiration. Chandra Pivo says, you're awesome, Gary. Vicky Marshall says, I appreciate your fortitude, Gary. And so people are really appreciating what you have to say. And, you know, I want to share with you that when you said overwhelm 3 senses, it made all the sense in the world to me, because I taught marching band, or I taught kids to march, or I taught band in general. And they had to be doing something with their hands and their face and their ears to make music as a group. And so that was that just made so much sense to me. Anyway,
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
I think you can apply this to anything in life.
Sure.
You know, but hiking, it takes every sense you've got. There's no way that you can, you know, think about the problems that you've been struggling with over the day when you're out there hiking. There's just absolutely no way.
Well, sooner or later they do go away. You know, I mean, sooner or later you're like, holy cow. And then Outdoor Nomad says, I wish I knew Gary when I was in Oregon the 1st of August. After watching his videos, I missed a lot. So he's enjoyed watching your videos. Matt, Matt Bowman, thank you for coming. I appreciate you being here.
You know, one of the reasons that we started Happy Trails Hiking was because, you know, we were hoping that we would be able to connect with someone, you know, in some way that kind of had the same relationship with nature that we do.
Tricker does.
Yeah. So, you know, I think it's really fantastic to hear you say that. And so thank you again for sharing all that.
Yeah.
So maybe we should move on to the next question.
Sure.
Do you have like a favorite hike that you want to share with us? Maybe it's just from this year, or maybe it's like a favorite hike of all time, but what do you got?
I do have your channel up, so if you want me to go to it, I can.
Yeah, you know, you already showed one of the waterfalls at Silver Fault State Park.
Yeah.
Salem, Oregon.
Okay.
That is Oregon's premier state park. It has the Trail of 10 waterfalls. It's about 10 miles long. It's a loop trail. And if you want some serious waterfalls, that's the one to do.
All right, we're writing that one down.
That's 10 miles, one waterfall per mile.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
And these, you know, all of them, the shortest one, I think, is 65 feet. The tallest is almost 200.
Oh, wow. I mean,
so, and they run year round. The winter, the rainy season, they're really roaring. As for anybody that's coming to Oregon, that's the one. I mean, you can hit 10 waterfalls in one shot, and they're beautiful. Backcountry, probably it's a tie between the PCT there, between Bend, Oregon, and Salem or Eugene.
okay.
There's a stretch there that goes to the south towards the Three Sisters.
Oh, yeah.
Wilderness.
You really like that area.
Yeah, it's pretty country. That, or, you know, that country is really nice. But as for my total favorite, just because there just isn't anybody to run into hardly, it's the Eagle Cap Wilderness in Northeast Oregon.
Eagle Cap Wilderness. Okay.
So is that sort of like is that a state conservation area, or what is that?
No, it's a wilderness area. Some people might have heard of Wallowa Lake.
Yes.
State Park. Okay.
Yeah.
These are the mountains that tower over Wallowa Lake.
Okay.
So Wallowa Lake it's where a glacier came down and carved the whole lake out, you know, thousands, millions of years ago.
Is there like a really nice lodge there?
Yeah. So the Eagle Caps, you're 300 miles from Portland. So all your day hikers aren't there.
Oh, yeah.
So when you get there, I mean, you'll see like two people, and they're from Enterprise, and they're usually the forest rangers.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all you see all day. And it's just, it's a lot
That's
like
amazing.
Glacier National Park. When you hike up Hurricane Creek, it's these massive granite cliffs where these glaciers are carved out of.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's incredible country.
Wow.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. Yes, we'll put it on our list. We'll go
For
there.
sure.
Yeah.
We haven't been there yet.
Yeah, Eagle Caps are a long ways away from many things. So
Yeah. Our next question, I guess, is what do you have upcoming on your channel this year?
oh gosh, I'm going to continue with Waterfall Wednesday. Still got probably 10 or 12 waterfalls that I can do as of right now. I'm February 10th, I'll be flying down to Arizona. I go down there every year. I'll be down there for 2 weeks and be doing some hikes out of Yuma again.
Oh, excellent.
I've got one hike down there that I've done before. It goes up to Telegraph Pass, which is the pass between Yuma, Arizona, and you've got to go over this pass before you go towards Phoenix. And from the top of the pass, it's about a 1,500-foot elevation gain in about 2 miles.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But from the top, you can see the Gulf of Mexico or the Gulf of California.
I was going to say, what?
Oh,
funny.
So, you can see all the way down to Mexico and then all the way over to the Superstition Mountains at Phoenix.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. And the other hike there I'm going to do is it's an old wreckage of a Air Force bomber up on the side of one of the mountains there.
That's really cool. That's
yeah.
really neat. So you went into Yellowstone last year.
Yes.
With your family, or at least some of your kids, I remember. Are you planning to take another family vacation like that this year?
We are. We are heading to Olympic National Park. Yeah, up to the Hoh Rainforest, and I was there when I was a kid, but I've never hiked it. So yeah, that's where we're going this year.
That's cool. How old are your children? Age ranges?
My oldest is 21.
Okay.
21, 18, 16, 14, 12, and 9.
Oh, wow.
And then my girlfriend has a 19-year-old.
Oh, excellent. Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm really glad to hear that. That's awesome. I have no idea what's happening there. Upcoming on your channel, family, what trips? I already did that. I did it all.
So I think maybe we have a couple more pictures to share. Actually, before we go back to the pictures, we're gonna kind of probably wrap it up here. But Gary, is there anything else that you just kind of wanted to share with the group before we kind of wind down here?
Yeah. Like I said, I was pushed into this channel. I didn't want to do a YouTube.
I understand that.
My secretary at work pushed me into it. She said, "You go all these places. You need to, start doing videos of it." Mm-hmm. What I've got to say with that is I hope that not only what the videos that I do and the pictures I take and share with people, but the videos that Happy Trails Hiking or Chris Zacconi or Cliff Riser or Bill Belly Travelers or Skinny G Panda, they encourage people to go out and enjoy the outdoors as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Beer Belly Traveler says that they're glad you were pushed into it, and so we are very glad that you were pushed into it. I'm thankful every day that I know that Gary's in my audience on the health challenge, and I know he's he types in the chat at the very beginning, driving but listening or whatever, and I'm very appreciative that he's there and that he adds his 2 cents worth in when he can, and he tells us about it on his breaks on Twitter, and very, very happy that I've gotten to know Gary this year. So it's been very fun.
Well, I've told you before that I'm a solo hiker. I enjoy, and it's not that I don't like hiking with people. I just solo hike. If somebody wants to hike with me, I'll go hiking with them. But being in that state of mind and, the job I've got, being alone all the time for 14 hours a day, it helps to have, other channels like your 30-day challenge that you've done since August. It's encouraged me, and hopefully I encourage the same, to others when and that's why I get on. I make sure that people know that I'm there, and stuff.
You certainly are encouraging and inspiring to all of us. You know, we know that you're driving. I mean, you go more miles a day than I go in a week in the car. And
hiking too. Everybody.
Hiking, yeah, that's true. Got way more miles than I have. But you know, I can't imagine doing what you're doing. But you get out and you go for those walks, and it's amazing to me. You know, you've changed my perception of a truck driver, to be honest. And I'm very, I mean,
I'm not the normal truck driver.
Well, and I never thought badly of truck drivers. I always thought of them as the shepherds of our country. You know, they were the people who brought the food across the country. And that's what I was taught as a kid. You know, if you need to know something about what's going on in our country, you talk to the truck drivers. And that was something that my parents instilled upon me. So I was very, I was very excited to get to know you, because I would find out what was happening in the west part of the country. And we have
found out about some really killer waterfalls,
some really awesome stuff. And you know, what you can find in truck stops to eat from the Hike 360 and not eat. Exactly.
Is there more things that you shouldn't eat?
Well, yes, there are more things in our kitchen that you shouldn't eat than.
Oh yeah, I'm kind of getting hungry now that I think about it.
Anyway, well, we've got a few things to finish up on. If anybody has any questions for Gary about his hiking or his life or his waterfalls or whatever, please put them in the chat and we'll be happy to ask them for you and get back to him. The Idahonian does say that he gets up to the Eagle Caps a bit. So that was something that was really neat. But we've got a mail call to do. So Gary, thank you. Okay. We will come back right at the end and say goodbye. But all right. Okay, so we do have a mail call. And for those of you who have been with our channel for a very long time, we started in 2016. And I guess in November of 2016, we got a tag. And it was our very first tag, our gear tag. And what's in our backpack? Okay. Yeah. And so the guy who tagged us, and that was Kurt Zitzelman. And I met Kurt through the adventure group on Twitter, and Yankee and the Beer Belly Travelers and DNS Adventures all got me, I don't know, hooked up somehow with Kurt Zitzelman. And Kurt, he started his own hammock making business. And so if anyone is in the need for a hammock, in the market for a hammock, please check out Hemlock Mountain Outdoors. They're completely made in the USA, Pennsylvania, as a matter of fact. And this is Kurt's business, and he's been working on it for, over a year now. And I'm just really excited to have his sticker to go on our sticker board back there. I'm going to put it up between the Beer Belly Travelers and Dragon Rooms. So that'll be really fun. And Chris Oconee, you have one of his hammocks, don't you, Chris? Oh, and Chips Outdoors snuck in. Hello, Chips Outdoor. It's good to see you. Thank you. Oh, and Broken Star, which would be Skinny G Panda, has 2 of his hammocks. So, Lori, thank you for dropping that link. I appreciate it. And then, so that was our mail call for this week. And I guess the other thing that we need to do is share your pictures. So I wanted to show your, somebody asked about Gary's Instagram, and it's life_on_the_trail. And I will put it in the description. But I'll throw it again in the chat here. Before I go back to pictures, because that was what I was working on. So if you're interested in Gary's Instagram, he's got all of his pretty waterfall pictures there. But for those of you who don't know, we're using hashtag Hike365 challenge for our Instagram hashtag. And these are the newest ones from this week on our Hike365 challenge. So Airstream is a Dream put up their mileage this week. And then these are from Airstream is a Dream 2. It's a I'm assuming it's a black and white. Yeah, it's a black and white. You can see the farm down there. I thought it was snow at first, but it's a black and white picture.
That's
so
interesting.
that's really, really neat. And this is Brasstown Bald. So that's cool. And then that's our map from last week. This is River to Ridge, which is also the, in the chat. Well, his name's Justin. It's, Rosie Smith. There we go. I knew I'd think of it. Rosie Smith. So this is, do you know where that is, Matt? Can you tell? It's in Missouri.
No, I don't.
I'm guessing, and if Rosie's still here, but I'm guessing it's Tomsock Mountain Trail. Right there where all the water goes.
Well, it
maybe
could be. I mean, but there's lots of places in Missouri that look like that, so I don't know.
Yeah. So I'm assuming it's Black Mountain Falls because it's hashtag Black Mountain Falls.
Okay,
so maybe it's Black Mountain.
Place.
But anyway.
We'll have to check it out.
Yeah, that's neat. And then this was Armadillo Junctions from last week. And that was from last week too. There was, I know what it was. Well, there's this, man, I'm just in love with Oberon, I think, but that's all right. This is from Walk in the Ozarks, which is Katie Daniels. And, they hike in the other part of Missouri. So we're up near St. Louis, which I guess I should go this way. But near St. Louis, and they're down in the southwest corner near Springfield.
You're showing the picture, so they can't see
they
where
can't
your hands
see where
are.
I'm pointing. Yes. And then this is our picture from today. So that's our Katy Trail hike from today. And I just thought that the colors in the sky, we hadn't seen the sun in a week.
Yeah,
so
this was the closest we got to the sun.
It was nice to see the sun. So that was fun. And then Oberon's been doing a lot of hiking. So, and up in Michigan where Oberon is hiking, yes, you have to be very careful of your dogs and monitor your dogs so they don't get hypothermia outside. So,
well, we've got 20. Apparently they had negative 20 up here.
Right. That was kind of crazy. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing that one and check my chat again. Mine I sent on Drive. I've got them. That's where I'm going next right now. Let's see. Dragon Rooms. Most hammocks in Eno style are considered day hammocks. Not ideal for camping. I learned something. I don't even know what Eno style is. E-N-O. Eno. Eno? I don't know. I don't hammock. You're lucky to get me into a tent. I did good. It's up in our basement right now because our basement got a little wet a week ago when it rained so much. That was kind of funny. Potato Thorn is here. Well, hello. It's good to see you. I was like, Potato Thorn is being talked about. What's going on? But yay. Hello. And hello to Roxana too, if she's there. So hello. It's very cool to see you. Yes, we've got a great community here, and we are working on the Hike 365 challenge. Potato Thorn has a fantastic channel, everyone. So Potato Thorn is in the chat, Gary, if you didn't know. But if you haven't checked out Potato Thorn's channel, you should, because he hikes in California and Death Valley. And when we were planning for Death Valley trip, we watched all of his videos, so we learned where to go.
Yes, thank you for that. We definitely like the Death Valley coverage.
Yes, very, very awesome. Anyway, Rock says hi too. He says, "Aw." So that's very fun. It's awesome that you're here. We're so excited that you're here. Let's see. All right, so pictures. Going back to pictures. Let's see. I've got pictures from.
There were a few at the bottom of the blog.
Beer Belly Travelers. Oh. Okay, so this is Dana in the forest where they were. And let's see. Beer Belly Travelers or Adventure Wrench. Tell me where that picture is. I know it showed up on Instagram, but I just loved that picture. And I don't find again. I'm just having the worst time here. Maybe? No. I don't know. I don't have any idea where that window is at all. I don't need that one anymore.
That's okay.
Anyway,
you know what? It's pushing 9. We should probably go ahead and let folks go here.
All right. Well, this is a fantastic picture from up in Michigan, and this is Dana Adventure Wrench. And yeah, this is some of their adventuring. So it is getting close to 9 o'clock. Wow, where'd the time
flies
go?
when you're having fun,
right? Exactly. Very fun. Very fun. Does anybody have any questions? Oh, they're all talking about hammocks in the chat. Oh, did we show that last week?
I think we did.
I think
it looks
so
very
too.
familiar.
All right. That's cool. Hey guys, I have really appreciated everybody coming this week and hanging out. And I do want to let you know about, well, I do want you to get to thank Gary one more time for coming. Oh, I love my blackbird. Oh, it's a hammock. I'm like, what? Blackbird? I missed the pictures. Anyway, there's blog pictures. We do have our blog out, and Matt got some great bird shots this week. There's a bluebird, and then what did you call the other one? It's a
critter. I don't know what the birds are.
He's not good at bird names.
It's a blog post. It's a critter number 1 and critter number 2. So you guys tell me what they are. I don't know. But it's on the Healthy Trails 199.
They're really pretty birds, and I like them. I make him take bird pictures. Peter Deli, thank you for coming. We appreciate it. We're ending right now, but anyway, critter birds are the best.
Yeah, I'm good with that name.
Critter birds. They're critter birds. This one was a blue critter bird, and this one was a reddish critter bird. Well, Gary, thank you so much for joining us this week, and I'm sorry that Google Hangouts is weird, but yeah, we appreciate you being here. So,
well, thanks for having me, and thank you all for coming and participating tonight.
Yeah, thank you. Awesome. It's been a great time. And so don't hang up, but we're going to get rid of the rest of these people, and we'll talk to you in just a second.
So to everyone else, thank you so much for joining us. We've had a wonderful evening chatting with you and sharing hiking stories and hearing about your hiking stories and all the other things that are absolutely not relevant to hiking, but still fantastic anyways.
Yeah, we do want to have more interviews and things like this. So if you're interested in an interview and you marked that on your first initial form, I will be getting in touch with you this week. So please, if you can be on Sunday evenings, we would love to have you. And yes, it's been an awesome chat. So My Slice of Heaven Outdoors just popped in here at the very end. So Joey, thank you for coming in, and thank you everybody. We're honored that you were here, and please make sure that you check out Gary's channel, Life on the Trail. And I guess that's it. Keep on trekking, guys. Until next week, we'll just say cheers to you.
Cheers.
Thanks for coming.
Joining us.